जय हिंद दोस्तों, मैं हूं मेजर मोहम्मद अली शाह और मेरे को बड़ी खुशी हो रही है कि मेरे साथ दो ऐसे जाने माने हस्ती हैं जो तारुफ की मोहताज नहीं है बिल्कुल भी। इनकी एक बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल और मच इन डिमांड एकेडमी है जहां पे ये ग्रूम करते हैं, यहाँ पे मेंटोर करते हैं बच्चों को, उनको पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, उनको स्किल्स, लाइफ स्किल्स सिखाते हैं। एंड दे आर सर्टिफाइड इंटरनेशनल लाइफ स्किल्स कोच। they are mentors to many people. इतना प्रभाव इनका है and they make a huge difference to the society. Today, incidentally, interestingly, they had a very fine debate competition held at the Oxford bookstore at CP in Delhi. And they were very kind. They found me, they thought of me worthy enough to come there for as a special guest. So I'd gone there. And भाई मैं इतना impressed हो गया. I can't tell you how impressed I was. I was like, wow. ये छोटे बच्चे जिस तरीके से they were expressing themselves, their team was so good. And इसको कहते हैं choosing quality over quantity. एक होता है कि भाई आप मिलियंस हैं आपके पास, क्वांटिटी ठीक है भाई, यहाँ पे रिजल्ट साफ दिख रही थी. Wow, I was so impressed. And after that, upon reaching home, I requested Rohan bhai, I requested Sonali ma'am to please come. And though of course they have today's Lori and they are busy, but they have been very kind to spend some time. But I will, without going on talking further, let me throw open to the founders of Elixir Academy. And first let me ask Sonali. Sonali, how did the inception of Elixir come about?
Yes, so it's been quite a long time. I was dreaming of having some place or something in my mind wherein I can groom children. So, I have been into teaching for a very long time, and whenever I see children, whenever I see girls and boys, learning and doing things, I always have this thing in my mind that, why not to start something that can really bring them, zeal to learn. So, they are learning, they're doing as if there is some burden upon them. As a student, if I recall those days, I have always found learning as a fun activity. I've been crazy learning, studying, having topper all around, and participating in debates. So I used to think that why these children are lacking all these things. What is something that has changed? Obviously, हमारे टाइम में भी हर बच्चा इतना ब्राइट नहीं होता था, बट मुझे लगता था मुझे कौन सी चीजें ब्राइट करने के लिए मजबूर करती हैं. I mean, something that forces me to remain in limelight. Let me try to fetch that one point in every student. And all this idea actually germinated so much so in me that I thought of giving break to this Elixir studio, wherein I really work hard to groom these children. And I feel that one day they are going to actually take their parents' name with a proud that yes, they have done this for their parents. Again, यहाँ पर मुझे एक बात बहुत important quote करनी है. If you look at our mentors जिनसे हम पढ़े हुए हैं, they are no more in our life, right? बट डाउन द लेन जब हम कभी खाली बैठते हैं ना, तो हम उन्हीं मेंटर्स को याद करते हैं, यार इस टीचर जो उस टाइम पे ये बोला था, तो इसीलिए आज मैं ये सब कर पा रहा हूँ. सो आई नो वेरी वेल दैट व्हेन दे विल बी अवे फ्रॉम दिस एलेक्सिस स्टूडियो एंड व्हेन दे विल बी सेटल्ड इन देयर लाइफ, आई विल बी नो मोर इन देयर पिक्चर. बट ऐसे ही जैसे मैं आज अपने किसी मेंटोर की बात कर रही हूँ, तो शायद ये मुझे किसी टॉक शो में मेंशन कर देंगे कि मेरी एक ऐसी टीचर थी जिसने मुझे ना जिंदगी जीने पे मजबूर कर दिया. So yes, I want
Wow.
to bring that zeal, that into that power of learning, what this education can bring them, what they can, how they can have their wings to fly independently, irrespective of what other people have their opinion about them. So yes, in a way, to quote in one line, they should be independent human being with independent thoughts, without having feeling of being rejected or accepted, flying with their own wings, flying with their own way, and having no doubts in their mind, just like I do, no matter what is right or what is wrong. I always take it like this that I'll take this decision and I'll make it right. कोई बात नहीं, और उसको राइट करने के लिए मुझे रात को जागना पड़े, मुझे सुबह जागना पड़े, मुझे 24 घंटे काम करना पड़े, मैं करूंगी. बट अब मैंने ले लिया है तो अब मैं करके दिखाऊंगी. So yes, I want to
Wow.
bring this motivation in children.
Wow. Wow. That is so inspiring. Rohan bhai, you come from
Yes.
a hardcore theater background, and you have both of you have trained people abroad as well, or foreign delegates को भी आपने train किया है, उनके high delegates को train किया है, and you come from a hardcore theater background. So tell me, how much has your theater experience helped you in what you do today?
I would like to put it, everything goes to theater, you know. Everything what we are and what we teach also is theater. But because as we speaking earlier also, if you see around, everyone is acting. Right now I'm in the role of a coach, you know. I'm acting. Probably if I would have been alone, I'll be lying down or on with the pillow, and now I'm all decked up, sitting straight and talking in a different lingo. So what I'm trying to say over here is, everyone around us is acting. And what we believe, Sonali ma'am, and where we connected, that we wanted this acting methodology to come into play in under our teaching method, so that one can become a better actor on a bigger picture, which is called life. So this inception of ours together, Elixir was Sonali ma'am's baby. We have been into this field for very long time, and then we thought of joining hands on this, and exactly as said by ma'am, to make children something, right? Something to take them a step above, where and our aim is to take them there where there's no competition. So that is how. But to answer your question, everything is I owe, and we owe to theater, because our methodology is through drama.
Absolutely. जो थिएटर बैकग्राउंड से होते हैं सली मैम, वो कभी धोखा नहीं खाते जिंदगी में, कुछ भी काम करें भलाई वो खास तौर पे पर्दे पे, खास तौर से be it in television, be it in ads, be it in films. And now I can tell you one thing, as a defense analyst today, when I speak on defense matters, by virtue of having served in the army, I use my theater experience to express my point in a story format, which
Yes.
Rohan bhai was just complimenting me before we went live. इधर वो अलग था, हटके था. So I have always believed in don't be good, don't be outstanding, be unique and be exceptional. Because
Right.
बहुत से लोग हैं हम जैसे.
और धुरंधर से धुरंधर है.
धुरंधर है, exactly. देखिए, and now for a person like me who may not be knowing much, but when I saw on ground, मैंने कहा भाई कमाल, this is called class, this is called style, and this is called, no really, this is called तरीका. बहुत लोग हैं इनके पास, they'll have a lot of resources, मगर वो तरीका कहीं that finished, that polish, that style, that swag will not be there. You guys had sophistication with you. That's what I like. That's what impressed me, moved me a lot. So tell me one thing. So if a person like me has to understand about Elixir, I will probably think, being a public speaker, I'll think it's a public speaking academy where you train people in public speaking. ये मैं सोचूंगा. But I don't think today, when I saw it, it's much more than that. So Sonali ma'am, could you tell us a bit more about Elixir? What do you do exactly?
All right, the main mission behind and the vision behind Elixir is not to only train children for public speaking, but also to make them realize that they all are good at their own work. They all are good in their own fields. All they need to tap it is with the perfection. So when I take children and when we teach children together, me and Sir, we don't force them to follow theater. I think being a theater person, you must also be understanding this, that everybody is not meant for theater. Right. So, if you consider a doctor, he can be a doctor and a theater artist too. But theater artist cannot be a doctor. I mean, it's vice versa. हर इंसान में हर खूबी नहीं होती है, पर एक खूबी जरूर होती है, जैसे आपने जो आज स्टोरी सुनाई थी. I was really impressed with that. तो आप एक एक नाम लेते गए, हर बच्चा उसकी उस स्पेशलिटी को बोलता चला गया. So vision behind Elixir is to tap that real talent and to make that child understand that you are good for one thing that God has created you for, and all you need to know is that you have to work hard to polish that. So, for example, I believe in astro sciences a lot. तो मैं बच्चों को एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ कि संजीव कपूर को कभी किसी शायद एस्ट्रोलॉजर ने बोला होगा कि तुम ना बड़े फेमस हो जाओगे, राइट? बट उसने ये सोचा नहीं होगा मैं खाना बना के फेमस हो जाऊंगा. देन वी हैव दिस मिल्खा सिंह. आई एम ग्रेट फैन ऑफ मिल्खा सिंह. मिल्खा सिंह जब मूवी आई थी, though I was knowing about him and I was already impressed with him as a legend, but after watching the movie, I have got that different zeal in me to lead my life, and I think I have been, named by my father that मेरे घर का मिल्खा सिंह कहाँ है. So my routine is like this only. So getting up 3:30 in the morning, and I get up at 3:30 in the morning, and it goes till रात को 1 बजे तक without taking any rest. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है मिल्खा सिंह एक दिन में नहीं बनता. मिल्खा सिंह बनने के लिए you have to really work hard, and the power of motivational words really work like magic with people. So generally क्या होता है, आप जब एक सब्जेक्ट टीचर के पास जाते हो ना, वो कहता है मैथ्स ही पढ़ो, मैथ्स में करियर बहुत अच्छा है. साइंस टीचर के पास जाते हो, अरे इफ यू आर गोइंग टू बिकम so and so, you're going to do this. But mentors, I respect all mentors. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that any mentor is right or wrong, but idea behind Elixir is whatever you want to do, but do it with perfection and tap your talent to reach to the best. So, public speaking classes, we want children to come out with their expression for their own subjects, not particularly for our language, for my language, English, because this is my subject, or not only for theater. If you're an engineer, you should know that what type of invention you would like to get, because we keep on taking those modules. So, let's say you want to become one day a fine chef. So, how do you want to present your dish to the people who are coming to you? How are you going to tap that interest, कि किसी को आपसे क्या खाना है और वो आपके पास ही क्यों आएगा.
I'll
So
add.
yes, this is the idea behind.
Yeah, I'd like to add
Yeah.
Sonali ma'am's point only. Elixir में हम क्या करते हैं, we specifically find out that one special thing जो मैम बात कर रहे थे, उस बच्चे की निकाल के उसके सामने रखना. क्योंकि जो हमने देखा है अपनी लाइफ में, being in whatever experience, small experience we have, लोग सारी की सारी जिंदगी निकाल देते हैं, यही सोचते हैं कि मेरे perfection क्या है, what I want to do, what is my special thing, what is my gift. तो हम थिएटर, पढ़ाई, लैंग्वेज, everything को tap करके we get that one special thing wherein the child can excel and lead his life successfully. So that is what all we are about Elixir. So that is
So Major, Elixir is all transparent. So for example, we kept our literature fest today live. I mean, we were going live after every 10 minutes, after every 15 minutes with the parents. We actually announced to the parents that stay connected to us throughout the way. We are going to show what we are doing with children throughout the time, because I want to really take my idea to parents that this innocent people, these innocent children are not like a business client to me कि मेरी academy में कोई आज fees देकर पढ़ने आ गया है, but they are future of our country, very important. Their future for their parents, and their parents are turning towards their old ages, thinking that they are their support pillars. So how pillar needs to be, that is our duty, our moral duty, to actually polish them in a way so that whosoever is expecting them to be in a certain role, they should be able to fulfill that.
Very well said by you. Very well said by you. And that is the reason of your success, because the intention has been right. Intention is right completely. And a very senior, renowned journalist, a very celebrated journalist of our country, I was I was interviewing him a few days back. He told me the difference. He said, भाई हमारा intention सही होता है तो तभी वो लोग अच्छा सक्सेसफुल है. तो आपका इंटेंशन. आई वांट टू आस्क रोहन भाई वन थिंग. रोहन भाई ये बताइए कि आप थिएटर बैकग्राउंड से हैं और मैंने इतनी TEDx टॉक्स करी है, आपने खुद देखी भी होंगी शायद. तो जब मैं TEDx के प्लेटफॉर्म लाल डॉट में होता हूँ, मैं उसको थिएटर से कुछ कम नहीं समझता हूँ. मैं भी एक तरीके से तकरीर बयां कर रहा हूँ, या कहानी बता रहा हूँ, या आई एम शेयरिंग समथिंग, rather I'm showing something. But
right.
So tomorrow I'm giving you a hypothetical situation. Your phone rings and it's someone who says that I want to invite you to give a TEDx talk. So what would you choose? Which topic would you choose?
But that's a great question. देखिए मैं सारी उम्र अपनी 3 चीजों पे काम करता आया हूँ, मैम और मैं मिलके, और मैं एक कॉन्सेप्ट पे काम करता हूँ बच्चों के साथ, which is called 3 P's, और जिसकी हमने आज भी बात की. So the first P is perception. Lot of children प्री-कंसीव एंड परसीव अबाउट देमसेल्व्स कि मैं ये करूंगा दुनिया हंसेगी तो नहीं, मैं ये ट्राई करूंगा फेल तो नहीं हो जाऊंगा, मैं ये इन लोगों में ये बात कर दूंगा तो मुझे कोई पॉइंट आउट नहीं कर देगा, राइट? इस परसेप्शन से वी डोंट ट्राई ओनली. Our children, this generation is holding back everything, though they are tremendous talented, more talented than our generation, because we did not have that kind of exposure, and they have like tremendous exposure. They sit over here and talk about astrophysics, right? So हमें तो ऐसी चीजें पता ही नहीं थी, and you saw all that today. So
Yeah.
first thing, what I want to talk about in TEDx is what they are perceiving, the wrong perceptions they have, because I like to point out over here. अगर आप देखें, हमें टेक्निकली अगर हम बात करें और जेन जी की लैंग्वेज में बात करें, वी ऑल आर our hardware is different, but our software is सबका same. So if you can be successful, I can too. You have not gotten different software. If you can be, I can. If I am doing something, I think that child, if he has interest, he can tap that talent out also, because he has the same software with him in, right? So first thing I like to talk about is first P is persistence. Perception, right? Second thing, when you change that perception about yourself to come forward into this world, you need to practice. Without practice, again, our youth is the next generation. I like to say the stakeholders of the country, they are on the back end on that. They're not like, whoa, I want to go. So that practice is missing, because perfection practice ke bagair kahin bhi nahi aayegi, right? So the other thing I really want to talk about is how you practice and what you practice, wherein you can break out your perception, and the last thing is perseverance, right? So you need to do it again and again, and they're the same, but you have to perseverance in your heart that I need to reach there, and you can name that passion also. So these three things are very important for the generations to come, because right now, if you talk about, we've gone into shell. This generation has gone into shell. They have that cocoon around themselves, and they are into their comfort zones. They don't want to go ahead. They don't want to go and fight. They don't want to face the situation, and that is not their mistake. They're born into that kind of a circle, right? Where you can say gadgets, you can say anything, number of things. Maholi Nira, today you cannot let your son stand in the gate, because the situation is not like that. Earlier time, you used to play in the gates on, रात को भी खेल रहे हैं, गलियों में घूम रहे हैं, सब कुछ होता था, but you cannot let that happen today. तो कुछ situations हैं, कुछ environment है, anything, but all these three things our youth need to understand and work on, so that this generation can take care of the country. They can have more of Major Dr. Mohammed Ali Shahs, right? We need people like that. They can have more of Sonali ma'ams, so that they
more like Rohan Datta's.
Thank you, sir. So they can have more of these people, and because and I like to, and I say it with proud, मुझे बड़ा फक्र होता है ये कहते हुए कि ये लोग हमसे बहुत अच्छे हैं. इनको एक दिशा, ये 3 पीस के बीच में अगर एक दिशा मिल जाए, राइट, और ऐसे मेंटर्स मिल जाए आप जैसे, तो ये दुनिया में कुछ भी जीत सकते हैं, right? And a live example was today, the children, how they were speaking, and we were discussing कि हम तो ये चीज सोच नहीं सकते तो जो इस एज में ये बात कर रहे हैं, right? बेशक वो टैक्सेस की हो, बेशक वो बुक्स पे हो, बेशक वो लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस की हो. So that is what I would like to talk about in TEDx, these 3 P's of life, right? Thank you very much.
Very interesting. That's a very interesting idea, in fact, and you must, in fact, TEDx की बात कर रहे हैं तो अभी 18 मिनट हुए हैं, 18 मिनट 50 सेकंड. देखिए, that's the thing for TEDx, but on ये sweatshirt भी TEDx की ही है.
Right, I know that's a color.
Yeah.
Right.
So as we go a second beyond 18 minutes, that 90 minutes we enter, let's ask Sonali, what idea, if the phone rings tomorrow, same question for you, in fact, what idea would you like to throw on the TEDx stage?
All right. So I work with 3 Ds: dedication, devotion, and determination. These
Wow.
3 Ds are very well connected to my life. And I think if you have these 3 Ds together, you can achieve anything in life, irrespective of even if you are not meant for it. So, starting from dedication, if you are dedicated towards work, so I give this example with a wall. If you start hitting a nail, you know, on a wall, and you keep on hammering it. A day comes when it gets directly into it, and you get that hole which was not supposed to be there. So
Hmm.
that is the power of dedication, right? So dedicatedly, you are continuously, persistently doing it. Again, that's another synonymous to what Sir said with persistent efforts, right? So one thing that needs to go with consistency, with great determination. You have to really go without thinking that what is going, whether it is going to go or not. That's not our job. Our job is to do karma. Karma is important. If you start finding result after every knocking, then it is going to be very difficult. So yes, we have to start with three Ds, and out of which the first one is dedication, a complete dedication towards the task, without giving any break to it. And once you are determined to take up that, I think you can tread even the steepest mountains and hills, no matter what you are. To quote this, what inspires me here is the Paralympics. So when I
Oh.
see them, right, I mean, these are certain things which are very close to my heart. Lakshmi, who's acid attack survivor, today she's known by everyone. She's among those one acid attack survivors who took this initiative of getting up for herself and supporting other victims who all are already into it. सो कुछ चीजें लाइफ के अंदर ना मुझे एकदम ऐसे जाकर नॉक करती हैं, एंड दैट ब्रिंग्स मी ऑन द पेडेस्टल कि नहीं, ये मैसेज सब तक पहुंचना चाहिए. So devotion is very important, very, very important. Again, it is very much synonymous and connected to determination, right? So determination, dedication, devotion, these three Ds really connect you very well towards your goal. And once you are firm with these three things, you are unbeatable. And that's what Elixir and Sonali and the whole team is all about. So I keep on inspiring children that don't count what is going to happen next. अरे हार ही तो जाओगे, हार के देखो तो सही, वो भी तो एक एक्सपीरियंस ही होगा. डर के कि हार जाओगे तो फिर तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला. एंड टू कोट दिस प्रैक्टिकली, आई विल कनेक्ट दिस टू माय डॉटर्स इंसिडेंट. So I was very scared when my daughter was very young. So she used to come in kitchen and try to touch the vessels, right?
Okay.
तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि इसको मैं बोलती, Samaira, don't get inside the kitchen, you'll be hurt. So one day what I did is I took her a little finger, I mean a part of a finger, and I made it touch to that vessel. Right. And since that day, she did not, touch that vessel. Now, people could even come up with a controversy कि तुमने उसको किचन के लिए डर डाल दिया. No. Just I showed her the part of it कि ऐसा होगा तो ये हो जाएगा, तो एक्सपीरियंस करना बहुत जरूरी है.
Hmm.
Correct.
So, right, dedication, devotion, determination. So once you determine to do something, once you are devoted to something, एंड वंस यू हैव दैट डिवोशन, डेडिकेशन, ये तीनों चीजें जब मिल जाती हैं तो एक पावर पीस निकल के आता है. तो आई एम वेरी क्लोज टू दीज थ्री वर्ड्स एंड आई अप्लाई देम प्रैक्टिकली इन माई लाइफ, not one day or 2 days. This is what I am, I have come up with.
I like to add over here,
Yeah.
my P's and ma'am's D's. And when people come to my P's and ma'am's D's, it is called personality developed, and that is what is needed by the youth. I just made
Very
it now.
well said. पता है, I was thinking the same thing. मेरे
Oh,
जहन
wow.
में अभी यही क्रॉस हो रहा था बिल्कुल, और यही चीज मैं कहने वाला था. आपने बिल्कुल मेरी मुंह की बात छीन ली.
Oh,
Your
right.
team is really good. Smita ma'am ho,
Oh, yeah,
the lady who was assisting you,
yeah.
Sonali, what's her name? That young girl?
Gurneet. Gurneet.
Gunni.
Gunneet. Gunneet, sorry. And अब जितने भी लोग थे, मतलब क्या जबरदस्त टीम है आप लोगों की भाई. आमिर, एंड मेरी दुआएं हैं कि आप लोग एलेक्सा को लेके आप आसमानों की बुलंदियां छुओ, एंड the way you all are going, at the pace that you are going internationally, I hope you guys keep growing this way. ढेर
Thank
सारी
you, sir.
कामयाबी आप लोग और
Thank
आपके
you.
बच्चों को भी, and their
And
parents.
it matters a lot when it comes like a renowned man like you who has experienced lots. It means a big thing for us, with humble. It makes us proud also, and but we very humbly thanking you that it is coming from you, and you had the eye to see that, and thank you very much, sir. But I have a
I,
question for
I
you.
would like to I would like to quote one thing here. Major, when
Yeah,
I
sure.
met you, I mean 2 years back, I think you are the one who gave me the dream to reach to the TED Talks. I
अरे
mean, since that day, I think I have been really working for it, and I really want to reach to that stage. हाँ ठीक है, मैंने आपसे उस दिन बहुत कुछ सीखा था और अभी भी सीख रही हूँ और आज के सेशन में भी सीखा। बड़ी अच्छी बढ़िया बात चल रही थी। बच्चे मुझसे सीख रहे थे, मैं आपसे
Ah,
सीख रही थी और बहुत ही मजेदार सेशन था। एक्चुअली में आज बहुत मजेदार सेशन था क्योंकि साइलेंटली मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि मैं एक और बात यहाँ सबको ऐड करती हूँ। लाइफ में ना गुरु होना बहुत जरूरी है। And I
mhm,
try to connect people with me so that I keep on learning. जिस दिन लर्निंग रुक जाएगी ना, हम स्टैग्नेंट हो जाएंगे, ग्रोथ रुक जाएगी। तो आज मेरे पास आप जैसे एक गुरु थे जिनसे मैंने सीखा। जंगल वाला एग्जाम्पल मुझे याद रहेगा और मैं बहुत बच्चों को दूंगी और आपका नाम लेकर दूंगी। Courtesy and adapted by Major Mohammed Ali Shah, in one of my literature fest. And yes, you're going to find me saying this line every time.
that's very sweet. Very sweet of you to say that. Rohit bhai, you want to ask something?
yeah. So my question, we were talking about success over here. My question, and you told me that, personally, but I want this because this interview is going to go to a lot of people, you know and I want you that thing. Now you're sitting on some stature, right? You made your name, but really want you to share to our students, our public, where you started the school thing, where you told me, right? What was holding you back, and that thing which you talked about. I can say it, but I want you to say it, right? Which you fought and came to that level. So we'll end that with that. So we like to know that, and I want you to share for us so that we get inspired again, and all of the youth get inspired.
Thank you for asking me that.
Mhm.
I was a small child in my childhood who would stammer, stutter, lisp, get stuck while speaking. I couldn't remember lines straight. I had a stage fright. In fact, one day I went on stage
Mhm.
and my goodness, I forgot my lines on stage. I had a blackout. I did not know what to do.
Mhm.
उसके बाद से मैंने कसम खा ली भाई आई ठान ली मैंने दिमाग में कि भाई you spoke about perseverance and persistence.
Mhm.
And determination. ऐसे भाई ऐसी ये गलती दोबारा नहीं होगी यार. वही बच्चा आज की तारीख में जो
Mhm.
लाइनें भूल गया था, जो हकला के बोलता था, दुनिया में, हिंदुस्तान में ही दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा TEDx टॉक्स देके बैठा हुआ है. But also, to thank you very much. तो
Mhm.
mind can achieve what can conceive. जो हम सोचते हैं अपने बारे में हम बिल्कुल पाते हैं.
Mhm.
And so that's what I mean. That's the story. I mean, और बाकी
That's
तो है.
inspiring. That's inspiring. Being bullied, having that self restriction, being self conscious, being restricted, being laughed at, being pointed at, and then coming out of that and fighting and reaching over here. It's really commendable. It's an inspiration. And whenever I'll feel low down, I'll feel that, and have less of dedication, determination. I'll think of both of you. Right.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you very much. And likewise,
you.
likewise.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you very much, Ron Bhai and
It
Sunani
is
ma'am. It
mutual.
was
It is
fun.
always mutual. Yes.
It was a delight speaking to you guys. Really. बहुत ही
Thank
बढ़िया
you.
आपको
Thank
मैं
Thank you so
कई
much.
सारी दुआएं for Elixir.
you.
Seriously.
Duai Kabul, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was
Thank you so
wonderful.
much.
Thank you. You took out the time, and ऐसे ही लगे रहिए
Thank you.
inspire
You
करते
took all the time. Thank you very
रहिए.
much.
Thank you
Cheers.
very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Good,
Thank you.
good night. Good night, gentlemen.